fighter I really like is Paige Vanzant. She's only had one pro fight, but we caught her in Corpus Christi. We hope to see her again real soon.
A good-looking fighter, a talented fighter. She got the heart of a champion, Scott. She drove all the way down from Reno, Nevada, beat the local hero, Jordan Gaza, in Corpus Christi, Texas, not too long ago.
A lot of talent, and she's definitely the best-looking fighter in Texas. Let's watch some tape on this fighter. The fight we've been waiting for, the co-main event, Amber Stautzenberger versus Paige Vanzant.
Scott, we've got two talented female mixed martial artists here tonight. I am looking forward to this fight.
From the city of Las Vegas, Nevada, representing the House of Rude, 12 gauge, Paige Vanzant.
We last saw her in Corpus Christi come down and beat Jordan Gaza, and now she's in Amber Stautzenberger's hometown fighting the hometown hero. It takes a lot of guts to come in a hometown.
Tell you what, nothing seems to phase Paige Vanzant. She's 1-0 as a pro, 1-0 as an amateur. Again, she's coming to hostile territory, fighting a local favorite in Amber Stautzenberger, and Amber's a good fighter by reputation.
I'm gonna tell you what, Scott, for only having two fights, she's a very experienced fighter. She's a smart fighter. You see her utilize her rest. She likes to tie fighters up, which against the Amber, who has length, she's gonna have to do. She's gonna have to tie her up and make sure that Amber is not able to stand at range out there and pepper her with punches and kicks.
Paige has a wrestling background from her father. Her father was a high school and a collegiate wrestler, and he kind of introduced her into MMA.
Said he got her involved in MMA just to learn self-defense, taught her wrestling. And I'm gonna tell you what, from what I've seen from Paige Vanzant, she uses the wrestling her daddy taught her to an advantage.
Yeah, she's a good athlete.
She'll have to tonight, because I guarantee you, Amber Stautzenberger wants to stand outside and pepper her with kicks and punches and keep from getting tied up. Scott, as the official president of the Paige Vanzant fan club, I had the privilege to talk to her before the fight. Let's go hear what she had to say.
My name is Paige Vanzant, and I am a 1-0 pro MMA fighter. I'm training out of Las Vegas, Nevada with Ron Frazier at the House of Rue. I'm not in the sport for the glory or the fame. I'm in it just to have fun. I love fighting. When guys that I date find out I'm a fighter, they're a little surprised and intimidated. They feel like they can't be the more dominant one in the relationship. So after they find out I fight, they tend to step it up and be more macho, but it's more of a turn off. I like sweet guys that are sentimental. I would describe my fighting style as freestyle. I train pretty much everything at the House of Rue. We do wrestling, jiu-jitsu, boxing. I love stand-up. It's probably my favorite, but if it goes to the ground, I'm very well-rounded as well. My stubbornness makes me a tough fighter. I'm very competitive, and I'm a little bossy, so I guess that makes it so when I have a fight, I'm gonna make it go my way, whether they like it or not. My ultimate goal in fighting is to show the world that girls can be tough too, and even if people say I'm just a little girl fighting on the side, I don't know, it's something fun to do. I like to fight, and I'm gonna show the world I'm more than just a pretty face.
Paige is pleasant to be around.
Great girl to sit and visit with.
Girl.
Out of the red corner, 12 gauge, Paige Vanzant.
And as I said before, the ladies always do a better job of dancing once they get in the cage.
Now making her way out of the blue corner, standing at 5'6" tall, weighing in at 115 pounds, making her professional MMA debut out of the city of Dallas, Texas, representing Moeller MMA, Amber, the Apex Predator, Stautzenberger.
We talked to her before the fight, Bubba, about her strategy. Take it from there.
Scott, no surprise. She's got length on Paige Vanzant. She wants to keep this fight at range. She does not want Paige Vanzant using the wrestler, tying her up, and making this an ugly fight. She wants to stand at range and pepper her with punches, pepper her with kicks, and she's also an accomplished grappler. She's got length. If she does go to her back, those long legs, long arms, make it easier for her to set up submissions and various chokes.
We talked to Amber Stautzenberger before the fight. Let's hear what she had to say.
My name is Amber Stautzenberger. I train out of Muller's MMA in Capel, Texas. This is my pro debut. I just got into a gym just to keep in shape once I graduated high school. And they had jiu-jitsu and boxing. I started training and I figured if I'm going to get punched in the face just for fun, I might as well compete. They call me the Apex Predator because they say I could beat the very best. I'm a true mixed martial artist. I train in Thai boxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, boxing, everything. I train full-time and compete full-time because it's a sport that I love. I put a lot of dedication into it and I want to get far in the rankings. I'm going to finish my fight by submission or knockout.
Muller MMA, they spit out a lot of talented mixed martial artists, Scott.
Yeah, they do. I'm impressed with the fighters coming out of this gym.
This has all the makings for another classic matchup. It's a chess game. Can Amber keep from getting tied up, or can Paige Vanzant keep her tied up and use all her close in-range striking that we saw her use with Jordan Garza? Amber wants to keep this thing at range where she can touch Paige, but Paige can't touch her.
Out of the blue corner, Amber the Apex Predator, Stautzenberger!
Amber said she did a lot of film work on Paige, and she feels like she can take this fight.
Well, they both do. I mean, you had to give the experience edge to Amber, but we all know how game Paige Vanzant is.
She's got a heart of a champion.
All right, I just went over the instructions for both of them. You understand? You understand? Touch gloves, go to your corners.
Don't go far. We will be right back here on Texas Fight Night.
Texas Fight Night in Premier Fight Series is proudly brought to you by Corona Extra. You ready for round one? Here we go.
Let's see if Amber keeps
Fighters
up
touch up.
See how Amber stepped back and didn't move in? That just shows you what we said. She's going to stand at range. She starts throwing jabs, and what does Paige do? Ties her up. Now, this isn't necessarily an advantage for Paige. Because right now, Amber's on top, got her in half guard. Let's see, she's just going to try to work her up against the cage there and start working some ground and pound. Paige is doing a good job of keeping Amber's right leg tied up, keeping her from stepping over. Let's see. Look at that experience from Paige right there. See how she reversed her by using the cage right there? And now she's able to push out and get away from the cage if she wants to, while she checks that elbow from Amber. See how she's keeping her arm trapped there with her knees, Scott? And she's going to start working that signature guillotine. She has got a guillotine choke, and right away, look at her. She's going to start moving her hips over. She's got that arm trapped. Oh, she's already got an arm trapped there, Scott. Let's see if she's got it right there. She is a stubborn submissionist. She will not let go of submission, I promise you this. Look at her. Unfortunately, she has Amber's elbow in a bad position right there. See how her arm's bending right there? It's keeping her from working that submission. And Amber does a great job. She's showing her jiu-jitsu experience.
Yes, she did.
She just reversed the whole thing. She doesn't have the arm anymore. And she steps back and says, hey, I'm going to stand back up and punch on you a little bit, young lady. I love the way Amber holds her hands. See how she keeps that right hand up? And what does Paige do? She just comes in and ties her up. She ate a couple punches and said, enough of that. We're going to wrestle. Both these ladies are using close-range knees. Like Amber's going to try to fish over for a Kimura there. She's not able to. And we just got a grappling match up here against the cage. Amber's working for that takedown, or Paige was working for that takedown. See, she's trying to reverse her by using that right arm, that whizzer there, Scott. They just go around in circles here. Paige is so tough, man. She is so tough.
Both these girls are good fighters.
They're talented. They're talented. Doing things
this is
technically
a technical
correct.
fight.
And they end up, there you go. Amber's on top. She's in side control, steps over. She's going to try to step over, like she's going to try to hook that arm.
Another takedown for
Oh,
Stautzenberger.
man.
That's two in this round.
She's going to have to submit Paige Vanzant.
And as we've seen with Paige, that's hard to do.
She is tough, man. She is stepping over like an escort. There she goes, right back to side control. Paige is trying to turn into her and get back to her feet. She get her right leg in, she's going to go for another submission, Scott. Watch. Here she goes. She doesn't have the arm. Pays the price.
Amber's peppering her.
Both these fighters are back to their feet. Boom, boom! Quick punches from the clinch there for Paige. I like it. Both these girls are trading blows.
This is a
Up
good
to the
fight.
buzzer. Great fight.
Really good.
Great first round. That'd be a tough one to score. Great first round. That'd be a tough one to score. I guarantee you, all three judges did not score that first round the same.
Right.
Have you ever seen Paige Vanzant when she wasn't smiling?
No, she looks like she's just in control all the time. She's having a good time.
You can tell she's
Focused, but relaxed.
She's doing what she loves, Scott. Scott, let's watch Paige work for these submissions right here. She's trapping her arm with her left leg right there, the inside of her left leg right there. Watch it. Boom. She's going to start working, getting her hips over. She's got that arm trapped right there. Now watch Amber's experience. She counters by grabbing her wrist and stepping over with that left leg, fighting out of this submission. She's able to keep her elbow bent. Paige isn't able to get the submission.
I'm just wondering if Paige can play quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys.
She might could.
She seems to be in control. Nothing shakes her.
Unshakable. Doesn't have that howdy-doody face. I love how he's holding her hands right there. Boom.
Big right hand by
Man,
Stautzenberger.
she rocks back out of the way, checks that leg kick.
Left hand by
Oh,
Stautzenberger.
nice. That one found its home. Boom,
She
boom.
did.
See, right there, Scott, she's able to use her length at an advantage, but Paige just immediately ties her up and keeps her from being able to throw those punches. And it just makes it an ugly fight, but it's a smart fight for Paige Vanzant. She's not going to stand out there at range and get tagged.
Paige using
Look
her
at those
knees.
punches right there. She's fighting from the clinch. Similar to what we saw in Corpus Christi. In close, dirty fighting, and she's able to use it for an advantage. Amber's not able to get a takedown. She's fighting for one. Boom. It's going to be, you know, Amber's length right here when you're fighting in close causes problems because it's harder to get your punches in. Paige is able to use them to her advantage. Now right there, Amber technically gets the takedown, but ends up underneath Paige Vanzant, which is not where you want to be. It's like she got a little blood coming out of her nose from those short right hands from Paige Vanzant.
Paige is using her right hand effectively now.
And Amber does the wisely thing and hides her chin on the other side over there while she works that overhook. This is just in close, dirty fighting, man. Close quarter combatives. Here we go. Both these girls are fighting for a takedown. This fight is not the type of fight that Amber wants to fight. It's not going to score well with her because she's not able to use her length to an advantage. And Paige is definitely being the aggressor here. Look at those punches, those short punches. Same thing we saw in Corpus Christi. She's just tagging them with it. Amber needs to reverse her here and try to throw her up against the cage. She's got blood coming out of her nose. Those punches are finding its home. Paige's height, she has superior leverage here. It's really causing a lot of problems for Amber too. She's able to stay under her, keep from getting reversed, and she's fighting so well out of the clinch. Boom,
Oh,
there's
left
that
knee
knee.
by
Oh,
Vanzant.
nice. Goes from knee to short left hands. Amber tries to hide, finds herself fighting off the other side. There she goes. If she can get that hook in, no. Paige is just too smart.
Paige is strong too.
She's strong right there. She's keeping this fight right where she wants it. She's landing punches the whole time, lands there on top of her, Scott. She's not really in a huge position to do much here, but she's
Who
just
gets
going
the
to punch
takedown on that one?
I don't know if anyone's going to score it as a takedown. I don't think anyone really had an advantage.
Just kind of fell over.
They just kind of fell over. Right there. Now, see how she hides her head underneath her armpit there to keep from getting punched? Just a smart. That's experience. She's a very experienced 2-0 fighter. There's a
Same
buzzer.
round two.
More the same, Scott. More the same. This fight is Paige Vanzant is dictating where this fight's going to be fought, which is up close and personal, which is where Amber doesn't want.
She's keeping her hands up. She's tired. You're not tired. You got this.
Look at her smiling.
We've been looking forward to this fight a long time, and we're not being disappointed.
Well worth the wait, Scott. Well worth the wait. Two talented mixed martial artists here going to war.
I'm just impressed with Vanzant's technical skills for being such a young, inexperienced fighter.
She is fighting a very talented fighter in Amber Stautzenberger.
Stautzenberger, by reputation, is a really good fighter.
She's very talented, decorated submission grappler.
Stautzenberger's well trained out of the Moeller gym.
They
We're
spit
very
out good-
familiar with them.
They train a lot of good fighters out
Yes,
there.
they do. Here we go, round 3. So ought to be a good one.
See, right there, she ties her up immediately because she does not want to stand out there and get touched. And here we go. Daddy's wrestling, going to work.
How do you have this fight scored, Bubba?
Man, I had right now.
Boom!
Boom!
Right hand, Stautzenberger. Left hand, Paige comes
See,
back.
this is where she needs to be fighting, Scott. See how the distance right here, and she's able to score. Don't go for that takedown. Keep raining punches and push off. Paige wraps her up and throws her up against the cage for more of the same. Smart fight by Paige.
Vanzant's kind of taking that away from her.
Oh, man, did she ever? Because whenever Amber's at range right there, she's able to score, and her punches and kicks are finding home.
And Vanzant moves in for the clinch.
Oh, and here we go. Right back to just more of the same what we've seen from the first 2 rounds with Paige getting because of her height, she's shorter, has got more leverage, is able to work it to her advantage here at this range.
So you're saying that Vanzant being a little shorter is working to her advantage with the clinch?
She's got more strength, and she's able to contain better leverage right here, Scott. See how she's not able to get bulldogged around. She's dictating where they're going to fight, which has Amber's back up against the cage the whole time. And see how that little short left hand there keeps landing its home right there on her beak? There's a knee. Right now, I'd love to see Amber push off and create some distance here so she can get her punches and her strikes in. We've already seen she doesn't have an advantage on the ground against Paige Vanzant. Try to use your reach. A wrestling match, we know how it's going to be, which is just what we're seeing. Boom, boom. How many times have we seen that punch find its home tonight?
Seen that a lot from Vanzant in Corpus Christi, too.
Yes. And because of her leverage right there, she's not going to be easily thrown.
Her dad was a collegiate wrestler, and we're seeing Vanzant's lineage.
Right there. Now, Paige has a chance to take her back right there. There she goes.
Right
There
hand.
she goes. Rolls over. She's got her mounted. Let's see if she can't get some
Stautzenberger
punches
in a little
right here.
trouble.
Amber wise. Uh-oh, she falls right to a guillotine. Now, we know Paige has got some submissions. We've seen that happen. Jordan fought off a tough submission there in Corpus Christi. Look how calm Paige is right there. She knows she has this fight. She can finish this fight in 35 seconds sitting right where she wins, and I guarantee you she wins this fight.
Right in front of us.
Right in front of us.
She looks like she's very relaxed. I'm impressed.
25 seconds, and she's got herself a victory. Those punches aren't even
phasing.
phasing.
She's in the stands.
She keeps her controlled. Uh-oh, she's going to stand back up, tie her up. All she got to do is keep her tied up for another 15, 20 seconds, Scott. She's got a victory. And there goes that little short right hand finding its home. She uses her leverage to an advantage right here. That's it.
That's it. Great fight.
Great effort by both these fighters. I have to say that I think Paige Vanzant dictated where that fight was going to be fought, which is up close and personal. Smart strategy, and I think it got her a victory.
A bit of blood from Amber.
Well, that's from that short left and right hand from when they were clinched up. She was landing strikes when they were up close and personal, and I think that's going to make a difference here. Scott, let me show you an example here how Paige is able to use this fight. At this range right here, Amber is able to use her striking right there because she's at range, she's at distance. Then she makes a mistake, shoots for that single leg, Paige ties her back up, and we got more of the same. When they first came out of each round, Amber was taking a step back to keep distance, and that allowed her to get her striking in. At this range right there, Paige's short arm creates an advantage versus Amber's long arm.
You know, when Amber predicted that Paige would fight this way, but she thought she could control her in the clinches.
We're seeing her use leverage, strength to keep Amber tied up, and watch her, she's going to score right here several times. There's that punch to the nose, short right hand, short left hand to the nose. Again, sportsmanship, I love seeing that. Fight's over.
Let's go to the official decision.
I look to see Aladdin raise Paige Vanzant's hands here.
Judges Don Turnage, Dan Matheson, and Kent Bassinger. All scored 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, 12 Paige Vanzant!
Amber's a little bit disappointed, but she's got nothing to hang her head about. She wore for 3 rounds.
Well-deserved victory for Paige Vanzant. Here we go with Johnny Bedford.
12 gauge, how'd you get that name? I gotta ask, you're about 5 foot nothing, 100 nothing pounds. How do you get a name 12 gauge?
You know, I grew up in the country and my dad loved hunting and riding dirt bikes and stuff, so I posted a status on Facebook asking for a name, and that was one of them, and it fit perfect.
It fit perfect. You were out here throwing great shots. You just outworked her. Seemed like comfortable wherever the fight went. Got taken down in the first round with a great submission attempt. I thought it was going to be over. And then the second and third just outstruck her and outworked her. Great fight. How are you feeling right now?
I feel great. It was really good to get back in the ring. I just thank everyone for coming out and watching me. It's fun.
There you go. Paige Vanzant moving to 2-0. Have a good trip back to Las Vegas. Thanks for coming out and fighting for us Texas fans.
And I want to thank my sponsors and my dad and my sister for coming out here. And my corner was short notice, so I never had a corner before, and my fans in the front row. Thank you.
There you have it. Fort Worth, Texas. Give it up for Paige Vanzant.
Thanks for watching this special edition of Texas Fight Night.
Folks, if you didn't like that, we can't help you.
We just watched some of the top up-and-coming fighters in the state of Texas. We'll see you next time on Texas Fight Night.
Paige, congratulations.
Thank
on a great
you
fight.
very much.
Looked like tonight, Amber had such a long reach. Looks like you just decided just to take that away from her, didn't you?
That was the game plan. I knew she was very, very good at jiu-jitsu, and when she got me down a few times, I could tell that she might have had the upper hand on the ground game. So standing up is where I felt really comfortable. So that's what I tried to do.
You know, you told us before the fight, when we were interviewing you before the fight, that you said that your best attribute was just how damn stubborn you were.
Yes.
And I think we saw that tonight.
Well, my family can tell you how stubborn I am, and I can get a little bossy. So I knew that if she wanted it to go one way, I would change it and make it go my way.
You did that. All right, you're 2-0 as a professional.
Yes.
What are you gonna do next?
You know, I have no plans yet. I'm gonna live each fight day by day. If I get another fight short notice, I might take it, might not. I tend to have short notice fights, so I'll just see what God gives me.
I understand. Folks, we're hoping our next fight's in Texas. Paige, congratulations. Thanks for being on our show.
Thank you very much.